career development opportunities. Tune in the first and third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion, and learn how they can help you.
Hi, we at Dairy Queen want to give you something fun for Christmas, a poem called The Christmas Bug. Along came a spider, and the bulldog beside her gave out a heck of a wail, so the girl, she jumped on top of a stump and proceeded to let out a yell. Spitus the spider had sat down beside her, but that didn't run her away, because she was real tough and made of good stuff and ready to stomp him all day. Spitus the spider was happy and jolly that day, and all he wanted was another ride on the one-horse open sleigh. Dairy Queen, Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
FlySanford.com, Orlando Sanford International Airport. We are SFB. Simpler, faster, better.
Visiting friends and family or just looking for some fun? Book your vacation now to one of their nonstop destinations, including Amsterdam, Brussels, Mexico City, San Juan, as well as over 70 domestic destinations, including New Orleans.
For enjoyable travel, come to Orlando Sanford International Airport. We are SFB. Simpler, faster, better. Before you fly, FlySanford.com.
All right, 60 degrees, and it is 5 minutes after 8 o'clock. It looks beautiful out there. Temperatures climbing to 82 degrees today, and I don't know what these little squiggly lines are supposed to mean. I don't know if that means it's going to rain. It says 1% chance of rain. 1% chance! Oh, yeah. Galen Unold is on the phone from LifeSouth Community Blood Center. I have a kind of a serious topic for Galen today. Good morning, Galen. How you doing?
Hey, good morning, Larry, Robin. How are y'all?
Pretty good. Where are you right now?
Getting ready to get on the interstate.
We just met Dr. Heidi Mayer for the first time. Have you met the new superintendent of schools?
I have not. I don't think so.
You might have waved at her. She was in the parade.
I saw her in the parade, but I saw the float. I couldn't see her face.
That doesn't count, right? That's
one of my pet peeves.
Yeah.
I mean, why don't they light them better? You can't see them. Anyway.
Yeah, that's a good point. And when they're in one of those big limousines, you can't see anybody. You don't know who's in those limousines.
And the lighting is just so bad. It's just like, oh, there's a car. Oh, there's a car. Yeah.
We have.
That's probably why you notice the Westport band, because they're all lit up.
Yes, and here's the thing about lighting up the instruments. I was thinking about this because there were a few bands that really were very, very good at being bands. In other words, the music was really good, and Westport was good also. So I don't want you to think I'm not saying they weren't, or they were. But the lights is what got everybody talking. So that band got all the talk the next day because of their lights. And meanwhile, some of the other bands did some really marvelous performing.
Yeah.
Right? And nobody was talking about them the next day.
Right.
I mean, that's their moment. That's their moment on the parade, you know? It's,
Absolutely. All about the presentation, Larry. Look at Kiss.
Exactly. It's all about the bow.
Kiss is a really good example, too, because their music was subpar, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you like them? You like them?
Oh, no. I think that's a fair point. Their music was, but their performances were so over the top great that it made it up. And so they would sing a song like Rock City. And I don't know if you've ever been to a Kiss concert.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. I don't remember.
There's they'll play 20 songs, right?
Right.
In 18, sometimes 19 will just be dogs. I mean, they'll play Beth, and you're like, okay, this song's so depressing. And then they'll play, Detroit Rock City, and you just go crazy.
Yes, wow.
So they have because the performance is so good. And even when the songs aren't that good, the performance is over the top, and it makes it worth it.
I think, that's a fair thing to say. Yeah, and I think that's what rock and roll is. Rock and roll isn't about a song like Beth, No. Beth was a beautiful song, and it worked well on the radio. But
power ballads.
Yeah, but in an arena, you better not have too many of them. Every group discovers this. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I went and saw Great White. I don't know, or was it Great White and Whitesnake were in concert, and they were all into these power ballads. And you literally couldn't hear it because of the echo effect. And you're right though. But yeah, performance is everything.
Well, even on our level, our small little nursing home level.
Sure.
Like yesterday, we were playing. We had a couple of slow Christmas songs, and I said, "Robert, we got to do Feliz Navidad. We're losing them."
Excellent. Yes, exactly.
And Feliz Navidad picks everybody up. Everybody loves that one. So yeah.
Well, it makes you feel like you're an exotic, important person because you're singing in another language. Like, look at me. Look at me.
That's funny. But
a world traveler.
But you say that, but the truth is, and that's probably true as well. But when there's a lady and sometimes a gentleman in the audience who's living in an English-speaking world and they were always Spanish-speaking, and all of a sudden they hear their own language, just that little bit, they brighten up.
Oh yeah, no kidding.
They brighten up, yeah.
That one young lady, she was just
all right. So I have here a topic, and let me not start on it because otherwise we'll get into it deep. Let's find out about the blood, and then I'll tell you what the topic is. Well, how is the blood supply?
We're still really struggling. We have less than a 2-day blood supply, still in emergency need of all blood types, especially O negative. We just need more donors. That's the bottom line. Is right now our usage is outpacing the number of donors that we're drawing. And it has been. We can't even.
Wow.
We can't even get to an even point. We're still bringing down. We had to actually bring blood in from other communities outside of LifeSouth.
Wow.
So just get out there, give the gift of life, and donate blood.
Yeah, sounds like a really important time to do that. The two sponsors we thank for that important announcement are Palm Garden and Penn Flooring. Palm Garden of Ocala Health and Rehabilitation Center is at 2700 Southwest 34th Street. They have what you need for your long-term, short-term rehabilitation, respite, all of the above. The physical therapy programs they have there are 21st century. You got to go see it for yourself. That's my advice. Take a tour of Palm Garden. You'll see for yourself why we love Palm Garden. Penn Flooring also, we love them. They supplied us with the flooring here in the studio, and we've got carpeting. We've got wood flooring or simulated wood, I guess. Tile and linoleum. I think we have all of the choices here at the station, and they all look beautiful, and they're all easy to maintain, and they installed them. So Penn Flooring is your place to go for new flooring. Go to the showroom at 1201 Southwest 17th Street. They've been doing this over a quarter of a century. They are on 17th Street, right over the McKay-Williams Bridge if you're traveling from Pine Avenue. It's a few blocks away. Okay. Thank you both. All right, so there was a story this morning, 2 stories I want to tell you about, and then I'm going to tell you how I'm applying that to you. Or to what you do, actually. First of all, there's a story about a pastor who goes into a mall in Texas. And with his camera going, he's videotaping people standing in line waiting for Santa Claus. And he starts announcing with a loud voice, there is no Santa Claus. This is about Jesus Christ. Santa Claus is just a guy in a suit. He's not real. It's your mom and dad that puts the toys. He goes on and on and on and on. And of course, some of the parents get mad and they don't handle him physically, but they talk to him and he leaves. So, I mean, oh my gosh. He says, I'm telling the truth, right? And the parents said, we don't care what you're telling. We want you to leave. I want to bring that one up first. And then there was another story in St. Augustine. A restaurant owner, was playing Christmas music on his, sound system.
Right.
And a customer left a note that said, and it was on the back of a receipt, and it said, Christmas music was offensive. Consider playing holiday music or less religious music. Less religious themed music. And so the owner, the chef, I guess, the owner of the restaurant, was all up because what? I mean, it's just gentle music. It's just being piped in. It's not loud or anything. It's just in the thing. So I was wondering, with political correctness being such an issue, does it affect what you do in your work? It to some extent affects what we do here. But the nature of talk radio is that's the whole point is to combat that stuff. But how do you handle it, like in the professional world? How do you do it?
I'm kind of confused on what you're asking. How do I handle what?
All right. All right. If somebody were to come into LifeSouth for example, let's say you had a Santa Claus on the door,
Yes.
and they said to you, "You're going to have to take that down. I'm not donating blood. You're promoting something that I don't agree with." Or they came in and you had Christmas music going on in LifeSouth, and they said, "Really? Come on now. I don't want to be exposed to that. I came in here to donate blood." I mean, would you change anything you do because of one person?
It would depend on what it was, but yeah, I mean, so every year in Gainesville we do Operation Santa Drop, where we work with the sheriff's department. They get their helicopter, we put a Santa Claus in the helicopter, he comes in and he lands, and it's a huge ordeal. It's a big event we have in Gainesville, right? So the good for that would far outweigh any people saying, "Wow, this is Santa Claus. That's not what Christmas is all about." But yeah, we have to be conscientious about not offending someone. Yeah, that's a real issue, and I'll give you an example. So, we're pretty patriotic. Our bloodmobiles are red, white, and blue. We routinely have red, white, and blue patriotic-themed shirts, and there have been times where we've taken them, and people have like, "I can't believe everything is the American flag. I'm not going to donate." But that is extremely rare, and again, when we look at our donor demographics, they're overwhelmingly patriotic.
Yeah.
People who donate, like 98% chance they're going to vote. They're very civic-minded. They care about the community. So that's pretty rare. I guess the closest thing would be with the homosexuals being able to donate. That's just, and that's out of our control. But that's about it. I mean, we try to be as inoffensive as we possibly can. But a pastor screaming, there's a right place and a right time for everything. Their children should have a little mystery. They should have a little. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not true. And to strip that of them, that doesn't have anything to do with Christianity or anything that represents the Bible that I read. I mean, it's about love and accepting people and not condemning, and that's what you're doing. Is you're condemning the people around you for Santa Claus. I mean, talking about a guy who is so inoffensive. I'm always amazed that people are offended at Santa Claus. There's a guy who goes out and gives toys to people, and has a moral code of naughty and nice. How could you? He wants people to be good. He brings joy to the world. He comes down chimneys. I mean, come on.
But even aside from that, even if somebody were to argue you with that, how can you say that I'm going to infiltrate your teachings to your children with my beliefs? How can you do that? Because, this pastor is telling these children, he's announcing to these children that they're being lied to.
Yes.
Right. Okay, now he's saying there is the real reason for the season is Jesus Christ. You shouldn't be going to this red guy in a suit, the guy in a red suit. Okay. Well, who's to say that a rabbi can't stand next to him and say, "Well, no, wait a minute now. I have a different idea of what the truth is."
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
And then a Buddhist comes up and says, "I got a different idea than you do, sir."
Right.
And then an atheist says, "Well, wait a minute. I got a different idea than all of you."
Exactly.
Why are you preaching to children that when the parents are the ones who should be the only ones who decide what a child is exposed to? Yeah,
and again, I mean, we're all parents, and how, and especially let's assume they're like 6, 7, or 8, and they're about that time, about 8, you're realizing there's not nearly as much magic in the world as your imagination would like there to be.
Right, dinosaurs are dead. Yeah, I know you.
Yeah,
your dinosaur theory. Yeah,
dragons aren't real. I'm never going to learn how to fly. I'm not Superman. I don't have any superpowers. Those kinds of things, and you try to protect that naivete, because the world's going to come get them soon enough. And
I know.
That's why I would have a problem with that. And it would have, if I were to hear that, I would have a hard time not going up to the guy and saying, "Really, come on." You're not representing Christians very well in that setting. And as far as the music in the background, that to me is just an example that people can be offended by everything.
Oh gosh, yes.
You know, that's just somebody who's looking for something to be mad about. Maybe he was having a bad day. And you know, I hope the owner, the chef, just lets it go. It's just a bad day.
He did. He let it go.
That guy's just having a bad day. I mean, you're not going to make that guy happy.
The good thing about his story is that it made national news. So now he had this big national ad for his restaurant. But you know, real quick, I want to tell you something. A few years ago, now I love our state parks, and I love everybody I've ever met at the state park. So that's my disclaimer. But a few years ago, Rainbow Springs invited Robin and I to play Christmas music, instrumental Christmas music. Just
right.
I want to stress that.
For Santa Under the Rainbow.
For Santa Under the Rainbow, which they don't have this year, by the way. Okay, so we were going to go. We had everything planned, and then we got an email that said, "Oh, by the way, you can only play secular Christmas songs. You cannot play like 'O Come All Ye Faithful,'
Away in a Manger.
Away in a Manger. You know, you can only play like Here Comes Santa Claus or
Yes.
Frosty the Snowman."
Right.
And so I said, "Well, forget it.
Yeah, we didn't do it.
Forget it. We're
called him up.
We're not charging you anything.
Yeah, it's free.
You know, and we have no words, so it's not like we're spreading anything with words. It's all melodies. And oh my gosh, it was so frustrating.
Yeah, we called him up and told him we weren't doing it because Christmas is because of Christ.
And just P.S., it wasn't really them. It was an order or something. What do you call it? From the state? From the state?
A mandate.
From the state level.
A mandate.
Yeah.
You can't have
and again,
religious Christmas songs.
That's why, thankfully, we have the right in this country to follow our own moral code, so to speak. And you chose not to go.
That's right.
You know, in a lot of countries, you wouldn't have had a choice. You would have played this, and this would have been your set list, and you would have never had any input. So
yeah, right.
That's part of our right to expression and our freedom of religion. Freedom of religion meaning we're not forced to on any religion. So I appreciate that.
And we had played our Christmas show yesterday at one of our favorite nursing homes, and there was a Jewish resident there, and she had a good time. She didn't mind
she loves
Christmas songs that are religious.
Let's be honest. If you're Jewish, I have a lot of Jewish friends who have Christmas trees for their children because it's still the Hanukkah season, and they still open presents on Christmas Day. But and I don't think that takes away from their Jewish faith. At least doesn't seem to. But
no,
we have a phone call. Good morning. You're on the air.
Hey, good morning, guys. Mike McCoy.
Hey, Mike. Mike brought in a bunch of toys for the kids.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
About Christmas is it's about really all about, for me, is about the children. You know, could you imagine what we would have in this world if we took that Christmas spirit and applied it to the children every single day of the year? Because, you know, today, I'm trying to go back a little bit to this morning when you were talking about the school with the new director and
Dr. Mayer.
She had some really good things that she said. You know, there was an old saying, and it is an old Chinese proverb that says, "Children are like making bread." You know, if you don't put in the right ingredients at the very beginning, you don't knead it properly, you don't give it time to rise as it should and come to its own before you put it in the oven to bake it. In other words, you put it in the crucible of life for it to grow, it'll never make good bread. So I always thought that was just such an important a way of putting it.
I just didn't know Chinese people made bread. I never get.
Oh, I'm sorry that you've missed out on something like that. But it's just you understand. It's just a point that's made there.
Oh, I know.
Because we send our children we have children that parents' ignorance will just grow more ignorance. And unfortunately, we have, as parents, we're all ignorant. Everybody is ignorant about some things. Some of us more than others.
Sure. Tell me.
But, they want their children to react or act one way at home, then we send them off to school, and the teachers, without any kind of authority to discipline properly, we expect the teachers to change our children. When they come home from school, they're supposed to come home and be, the perfect little Johnny and the perfect little Susie or whatever, and yet we don't reinforce that at home. So the parents let the kids run wild, and man, I'm telling you, you leave me go down to Walmart and watch how some of the parents let their children run wild in a store.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is what they're getting at home. And then the teachers are supposed to correct that in a 5 or 6 hour day.
Yeah, so, good point, yeah. And
but anyway, okay.
Yeah, thank you, Mike.
That's just my point, guys.
Yeah, good points. Thank you for the call.
And thank you, Mike.
I will say this about the taking a young child into a store. I've been a victim of this. I think I've raised my children pretty well. There is so much stimulation for the child. When they walk into a store, it's bright. There's things everywhere. There's so many colors. They just want to touch everything, and they lose control. My son has gone crazy in a store before, so I'm not apologizing for it. But that is an environment that is like a wonderland to a 4-year-old or a 3-year-old.
Yeah. All right, let me take a little break before we run out of time. We need to make sure we play a couple of commercials, so we'll take a little break and be right back with Galen Unold.
I'm Jennifer, the Executive Director of Palm Garden, and I would like to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas.
I'm Mary Ann, the Director of Clinical Services, and my staff and I will ensure that the needs of all our residents are met.
I'm Sue, the Director of Guest Services, and I will be fluffing pillows for our new guests staying with us over the holidays.
I'm Crystal, also from Palm Garden, and I hope each of you have a blessed Christmas as we celebrate the Savior's birth.
Merry Christmas from Palm Garden!
All right, 26 minutes after 8 o'clock. Gosh, it goes fast all the time, doesn't it? Galen Unold on the phone from LifeSouth Community Blood Center. I brought something a little bit controversial, serious to Galen's segment this morning. I'd like to bring silly stuff, but I don't know, it just bothered me so much to see this pastor. I mean, I respect the pastor's opinion, but I don't respect his decision to go into a mall and start infiltrating other people's upbringings of their children. I think that's the problem.
I'm going to have to look at it. I wonder what church he represents, and he's probably a young person.
He's not that young. I'm looking at him. The evangelical pastor David Grisham filmed himself pulling off the stunt at the Amarillo Westgate Mall in an effort to teach kids that Christmas is about Jesus Christ, then posted the video to his Facebook page.
Well, I hope I don't know. I hope there's ramifications for that. It's just there has to be, because again, Christmas is a time of wonder, and you want your child to have that little bit of belief, because we have to have faith that there is greatness in this world and there's goodness in this world. I don't have a problem with Santa Claus.
Part of the story, I just want to read this part. I never heard this part before.
I have a bigger problem with the Easter Bunny. Easter Bunny's a little different to me than Christmas. I've said that. But
Santa Claus is based on St. Nicholas, whose generosity toward children as a Greek bishop led to him being declared a patron saint of children and the bringer of gifts.
Yeah, he was real.
Yeah. But did you ever hear this part? One of St. Nicholas's most famous acts was him saving 3 sisters from being sold into prostitution by dropping a bag of gold down the indebted family's chimney so they could pay.
Oh, I didn't know that one.
So they could pay off their dowries. One of the bags happened to land in one of the girls' stockings that was hanging by the fire to dry. And that's how we have.
I wonder if that's true.
Wow. It's according to historian Bill Petro, whoever that is.
Mm-hmm. I know, but I wonder if that's one of those things.
I know.
Come on. Because if you're hanging a stocking, is it inside the stocking?
I don't know.
That's like a magical shot.
Yeah.
It could be. I mean, he's a saint. He's been, that means he's got the divinity in him. But that's an incredible shot for a bag of gold to hit a stocking.
But here's the thing. If it's a fake story, it's still considered the basis for that particular tradition.
Yeah.
And when I say fake, I mean just kind of grandized.
Embellished.
Yeah, embellished. It's a beautiful story. I mean, I'd never heard of that one.
Just think of it this way. When you were a little kid and you went and you got the goodies out of your stocking, you could say to your brother, "Do you know why this is here? So mommy and daddy don't sell us into prostitution."
There you go. And have the story tacked right up there.
That's why
too.
Santa Claus puts this here.
That's right.
and then your next hour and a half is trying to explain the word prostitution. Good luck with that.
Oh, I had it explained to me when I was a kid, and it was wrong. They had it wrong.
Oh.
My brother had it wrong.
It's like it's crazy.
My brother said it was a lady you pay to dance real sexy for you. Oh, really?
Okay.
So I can pay a lady to do that?
Dance sexy.
I can pay a lady to do that?
Your father said.
Yeah, your dad said, you're way off base.
He probably laughed.
What else are you going to do? I mean, thank God for older brothers.
Yeah, right.
Where's the blood today?
I don't know. It's not at the Stripers. Every time I hear that story, it's the Stripers.
That's funny.
Hey, we're back at the YMCA again tonight, so 4 to 7.
All right.
Oh, excellent. Everybody donate. Emergency need.
All right. Have a great day. Enjoy the beautiful weather we have here in Florida. Look at the cold weather coming down to Georgia. It's almost reaching the state line. We are spared.
I know.
The whole state is spared from this thing. Yeah.
All
right. Thank you, Galen. Have a great day.
All right. Be good, y'all. Bye.
Be right back. This is WOCA Ocala.
Has been picked for Energy Secretary. Heavy snow causing chaos for travelers across the country.
An Arctic air mass is pushing in and overspreading much of the U.S. this week. Single digits and teens will be widespread.
Fox meteorologist Janice Dean. Fox News, we report, you decide.
This is a test to find out if you know it all when it comes to children. Time starts now. Name one of the leading killers of U.S. children age 1 to 13. What's the best way to protect children in a car crash? At what age and size should a child start using a booster seat? Where can you find the answers to these questions?
Car crashes are one of the leading killers of U.S. children. Many of those deaths could be prevented by making sure that kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Don't assume you know it all when it comes to car seats for your child. Go to safercar.gov/the-right-seat and know for sure. That's safercar.gov/the-right-seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I'm Jennifer, the Executive Director of Palm Garden, and I would like to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas.
I'm Mary Ann, the Director of Clinical Services, and my staff and I will ensure that the needs of all our residents are met.
I'm Sue, the Director of Guest Services, and I will be fluffing pillows for our new guests staying with us over the holidays.
I'm Crystal, also from Palm Garden, and I hope each of you have a blessed Christmas as we celebrate the Savior's birth.
Merry Christmas from Palm Garden!
The entire world watched. They watched each step down the rungs of that small ladder, one after another, and waited with great anticipation for that last step.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
At that moment, humanity saw the impossible become the possible. And today, the sky is not the limit. Achievement. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
A young woman contemplating having an abortion is told by society that whether she has her baby or not, it is her choice. The House of One in Faith in Ocala wants to give that young woman a place to live in comfort during her trying time, to help her know that God's love is abundant and that He is not ashamed of her in any way. The House of One in Faith is free and confidential. For more information, call 352-687-8895.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lock, Dock, and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
WOCA is teaming up with Florida Kids Helping Kids to bring a little Christmas joy to the many homeless children in Marion County. WOCA is proud to offer our location as a drop-off point for your new and usable toys at the WOCA studios here in the Paddock Mall. Mornings, Monday through Friday till December 16th, when Florida Kids Helping Kids will come by to pick up the toys to give to the children. Florida Kids Helping Kids and WOCA, making Christmas a little brighter.
Merry Christmas!
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. Gene and Debbie would like to thank you for another successful year of business. We want to wish everybody a safe, healthy, and prosperous 2017. We are ready to be of service with our pasture mowing. 352-629-2440. Locally owned and operated. Experienced and reliable. Commercial and residential. Licensed and insured. Powell Gene, Gene at yahoo.com. 352-629-2440. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. 352-629-2440. Proud United States veteran.
Hi, this is Larry Whitler.
And this is Robin McLean.
From AM Ocala Live. And Robin, I love Christmas.
Oh, me too.
I love it because we give things.
Oh, yeah.
We get things.
And see all the smiling faces.
It snows.
Oh, yeah.
And we
have hot chocolate.
And we get to do these Christmas greetings on the radio.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
And thank you for listening and for helping out with all of our things that we do.
God bless.
All year long.
I'm Jennifer, the Executive Director of Palm Garden, and I would like to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas.
I'm Mary Ann, the Director of Clinical Services, and my staff and I will ensure that the needs of all our residents are met.
I'm Sue, the Director of Guest Services, and I will be fluffing pillows for our new guests staying with us over the holidays.
I'm Crystal, also from Palm Garden, and I hope each of you have a blessed Christmas as we celebrate the Savior's birth.
Merry Christmas from Palm Garden!
Ocala's information station,